The following podcast contains potentially tough subject matter, controversial topics, and/or strong language. Viewer discretion is advised.
When I die, I want to be shot out of a cannon into a children's birthday party.
Shut up and sit down.
Hello and welcome. You are listening to The Knights of the Wrong Table.
Tip of the morning to
Caleb's
you.
very loud again.
Is
Oh.
he? Do I need-
Yeah.
God.
Well, turn him down.
He's been muted for the past 5
This
seconds.
dude loud as shit. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
We're all really loud. Let me turn that shit down.
No, it's fine. No.
That shit cray.
No, it's good. That means they won't have to turn it up as much in their cars.
Yeet.
Yeet. That moment they're like struggling with 0 and 1 because it's so loud.
They just unsubscribe.
They just unsubscribed. No, we got one new subscriber on YouTube.
Did we?
Did we?
Yeah, 22. My brother. Yay.
I was about to say it was a Spencer.
Yeah, no, it was 100% my brother. Hey, bro. I hope you're not drunk right now.
Wow. Wow.
Well,
No,
damn.
thanks
I-
for subscribing.
Wow.
Welcome to the party.
No, I went over to his house and he had,
Is it that
he had a
bad?
couple beers. And he was funny.
Is it that bad? You gotta drink through the whole thing?
What? I don't know what you're talking
You're
about.
saying the
But your
podcast is
brother-
so bad that to
Oh yeah,
listen
no, the
to it.
podcast. Yeah, no,
he
he had
has
to
to
drink
drink.
through it. Yeah, like he could not get through episode 1 without chugging an entire bottle of vodka.
Hey, it makes it funnier.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vodka makes everything funnier.
Well, except
Even murder.
all right.
There's
so,
an awkward pause. I feel.
Is there something we need to know?
Nothing.
Oh no, we got a couple topics. I
We
was
have-
gonna, I was gonna
yeah.
tell my funny work
Random
story.
shit.
Yeah.
There's nothing like scheduled for this week.
No, so you can
Or-
skip it.
Yeah, I don't have anybody to complain about today. It's weird.
Well, that's a good
I
thing,
don't know.
right?
And, like I've
No.
been so slam packed this week. I haven't been able to figure out like topics to talk
It's like
about.
my day was so great. I can't complain about it. How awful.
White privilege.
Well, it's like
First
wow.
world problems.
First world.
Well, normally the days that I have to complain about people are the days that I make money. I didn't make as much money today. Well, they did
You have
seat
to
me with
travel.
a party of 23 5 minutes before I was supposed to
I
get
feel
off.
like that's like that,
I would have not done it.
Your issue
I didn't.
is
Be like, no.
100% privileged. Like the only time you have something to complain about is when you make money.
Yeah.
There are billions of people on this planet that ain't making a damn, and they have plenty to like complain about. And you're like, eh.
Sucks to
We
fucking
can
suck.
talk. We can talk about the welfare system later.
Ooh,
All right,
that's a lot of damage.
that's a lot of damage.
That's gonna be a running theme for this. This podcast is a joke.
We're not sponsored by Flex Tape
we're not sponsored by
or Flex Seal.
No, we're not sponsored by Phil Swift. But if but that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Yeet.
No. So okay. So my work story.
Hold on, pause.
Okay.
Sorry. I just thought about this because I thought about Flex Tape. Flex Seal. And somebody was like, "Screw condoms. I'm just gonna spray Flex Seal on my dick."
You can dip it. You can get the
like
term.
Permanently
Just
sealed.
dunk it like a tea bag.
That's a lot of damage
Actually, no, that's not a lot of damage.
to the
'Cause you
Flex
fixed
Seal.
it with Flex Seal.
It's an 18-year commitment. Think about it. Humans are fucking parasites.
Yeah.
You grow another being inside of you that feeds off of you.
It doesn't feed off me.
Well, you know what I mean. You as a generalization.
Yeah, I don't
Women.
appreciate that.
Mankind, children.
I'm sterile Carol and I can't have kids. Sorry.
She's ready
But
to
yeah,
partake.
it feeds off of you.
Is that another joke that we're gonna have? Like, or not another joke? Like, you know, because we have Edmund in the corner. How's
Sterile
Edmund
Carol?
doing? How's Edmund doing?
I'm alright. It's a bit
Shut up,
stuck.
Edmund.
I'm sorry.
Don't take the blanket off the cage. It wakes him up.
I'm sorry. Jeez.
We wash it with Febreze.
What?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
we wash him with Febreze.
Yeah, that's what I
Him,
thought.
the
You
cage,
just-
the blanket.
the
we
whole-
don't take
Wow.
him out of the cage. That'd be
At least
awkward.
Use the gain scented Febreze.
Yeah.
All right.
So he gets high.
So like, it's not abuse.
Are you
we use
huffing
the gain.
Febreze?
I mean, back in the day
Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
Back in
I
kindergarten.
couldn't afford. I couldn't
Yeah,
afford to do the
back
Tide
in
Pod
kindergarten, I
challenge.
used to do math.
I couldn't. I couldn't afford to do the Tide Pod challenge, so I got game flings.
It's okay. Timmy's
was a
scratching the
cheaper
voices
route.
out of his head again.
I hate it when you eat the off-brand candy.
I was
Dang.
just trying to save some money, guys. I mean, come on, who wouldn't?
This is not the store brand.
He was doing math. Caleb was sucking dick.
Wait, when did
Whoa, I have no idea.
Talking about kindergarten.
Oh yeah, you're right.
No, I thought it was 6th grade. He played the clarinet.
Well,
Close
yeah,
enough.
Close enough, I guess.
He's the same height.
Anyway, your work
Blowing on
story.
a wooden horn. You know that what that means. Penis.
Wait, hold on. Think about this.
There's a hoodwind.
So, men get morning wood.
Oh gosh.
So, if you think about it, because the way the sun rises across the earth, there's just a wave of boners that happen every day.
Okay.
Well,
This
new
podcast-
insight
This podcast is 100%
on
a joke.
mankind.
No, it's a scientific fact.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah, no, just a
Science.
wave of boners.
This is science, so
Science, yeah.
someone studied this.
Knowledge.
Dude, you don't have to study it.
I'm just
We
saying.
all we're all men. We all suffer with
I
the
have to
morning.
do
Suffer. Speak for yourself.
Have you seen how small my toilet is? It's suffering. Especially when I got to poop in the morning.
He's about to say, you see how small my dick is?
Like, that's a small toilet, man.
Oh, man.
That's a normal sized toilet.
Not when you got morning wood.
I remember one time I was like, it was morning wood, and I went to go to
You
the
gotta worry about
bathroom.
the splashback, man. You gotta,
No, like I went to go to the bathroom, and you have to point it down for entry, right?
Yeah, like.
Well, I did
Or
that.
sit.
I did that, and then dunked the tip. It was not comfortable. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Let's add some more. Austin, your story.
Give me a minute.
All right, so
Austin's dead.
there was a man
There was a man.
who was
Oh, he is?
arrested.
Yes.
Why was he
You
arrested?
need to turn Caleb down.
All right. Wait,
muting you
is that
again.
I got a notification. Subscribe to the service. Oh, who cares about the TV? All right. So, anyways, a man with no penis admits that he sexually assaulted 2 women who thought that they were having sex with him.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know how it's sexual assault when they thought that they were actually having sex with him.
That's not sexual assault.
No, that's what I don't. That's what I'm confused on. Like,
If
how
there's
is it-
consent, it's not sexual assault.
are they mad because he didn't actually put a penis in them?
I guess so. I mean,
Yo.
That's just false advertising. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it should be an advertising lawsuit.
It's called a bait and switch.
it's called
A
a bait
bait
and
and-
switch.
And
Let's see.
here it comes, and he gets
Comes.
Which he does not.
Get it? Because he doesn't have a penis.
He does not have a penis.
first world problem.
All right.
I feel like that's not just a first world thing.
For sure.
No,
Man with no penis.
it's technically a third world problem
Google, find it for me.
because we're the third planet from the sun.
Every problem is a third world problem.
No, every country's a third world country. That's what the
Exactly.
that's what the joke is.
Okay.
Well, it's
Wait a minute.
still
this
works.
Yeah.
What?
This was even more interesting. Man with no penis explains how he had sex with more than 100 women.
He's up there with the AIDS guy.
But like,
He has to have.
except he's not
But he's
actively
not-
killing people
Yeah, I was gonna say he's
with
not
his AIDS-ridden penis. He's just
penis.
Well, he doesn't have a penis.
how? Okay,
Maybe he does.
That's
have
how he
AIDS.
gets in there.
He just has non-penis AIDS.
that's. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay, I'm
I-
I'm curious though. Is it just he doesn't have a penis? It got chopped off
Man
somehow.
without a penis.
Does he just have like a flat surface that he
Penisless.
just rubs against people?
There's an actual TLC.
How does he pleasure
freaking
himself?
Documentary.
How does he pee? Does he just have a
Yeah.
hole?
Yeah. I mean, he still has the urethra.
Not
What's
if he doesn't have
left
a penis.
What's left of it?
Yeah. What's left? I mean, there's still.
I'm curious. Was he born without a penis, or did he lose it in a freak alligator accident?
What do you see?
No, it was.
You've heard of people putting their heads in alligators' mouths.
Yeah, well, he's still putting his head.
The
in
new
alligator's
Australian
mouth.
super sport.
There's an alligator somewhere that's got a head in his mouth still.
That's why he's always ticking.
He's really getting that morning wood.
Oh.
No, actually, he went to go have sex with a girl with one of those like little like chastity belts, and it just
Ooh,
chopped her head off. I know, right? What a sad story.
Like a bear trap.
Wait, that's factual?
No.
Why would you say that?
No, okay. He was born without a penis. Claims he had slept with more than 100 women. while
Claims.
keeping
It's
the
like-
secret from them.
What?
I feel like there's multiple ways this can go. Like, way one, it's
Okay.
because they were too young to know
I
about
have a
human
really offensive
anatomy.
question: if you have sex with somebody, or like, okay, is using a tool having sex with?
No. No.
That's,
But by definition, no. It's not sexual intercourse.
so then lesbians.
That's not sex.
Oh God, this is going to get offensive.
No, like that. No, like that's not sexual intercourse. If you use a toy, that's not sexual intercourse. That's not what
Okay.
intercourse is.
So then, what is sex?
Sex is the insertion of something
Oh, something.
on a person
Okay.
inside another person.
So I have
Oral sex.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I could use my fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. You just give her a handy. All right, that's fine. Okay, we're good.
See, but like
Handy Mandy.
vag on vag, like if you're rubbing two felines together.
If you're shaking out the carpet.
If you're playing rock paper scissors and you both play scissors, that's still sex. It's genitals touching. I'm sorry.
That was good. I'm sorry. Oh man. This
Caitlin hates me after every podcast because she just reads all the jokes.
Oh no, I know. This is
She's
so
like, I
bad.
can't handle him
No,
anymore.
it's so bad. This is going to be an interesting podcast.
Oh yeah. No, it's not sex.
Okay.
Well, the toy's not sex.
Okay. So
It's just
by definition,
You could've
man,
just-
man without
maybe
penis
that's
has
not
sex with no
the-
one.
Like I definitely agree with
Confucius
that
say man
definition.
without penis has sex with no one.
Confucius say you gay. Your mama big gay. I'm really tired.
We all are.
It's
I mean,
been a
if
long
his
day.
intent
Man
was
born
to
without a
do that
penis
to
gets
them,
biometric penis
Biometric.
to have sex for the first.
Hold-
No, bionic. God bless.
I was like biometric.
No, he gets a bionic penis.
Does it
Like-
read people's fingerprints?
Yeah, dude. It reads their vaginal prints.
No, this is like a transformer. Like,
It's a multi-tool.
It's basically a Swiss Army knife you carry
Turns
in your
into a
hand.
Phillips head screwdriver.
she really be screwed.
Poor Austin, he's gone. He's absolutely
This
gone.
episode's killing him.
No, a man born without a penis recently received a surgical constructed
Why
penis.
are you looking up a
I
bunch
don't
of
know.
dudes
He's a
without?
44-year-old man and is gearing up to have sex.
He
for the
waited
first
until
time.
now.
Why is there a picture of a banana on?
No, a picture of banana with a needle in it.
this?
What does that make? That doesn't make any sense at all.
The banana has bad habits.
It's Demi Lovato.
Oh God!
No. Have you seen that meme? Oh God. I think it's like it's
That's where she keeps her needles.
no, it's supposed like it's a tweet that's posed as like Demi Lovato saying, "Man, these Fortnite like challenges are getting really difficult," and like you see a Fortnite.
Don't do
challenge.
meth.
Don't do meth.
Yeah, I've seen that. I tried to play my Demi Lovato record yesterday, and the needle kept getting stuck. It's so
I
fucked
feel
up.
like there's gonna be no good point for me.
She's talented. She's talented, but just makes very bad decisions.
Like a lot of
Repeatedly.
people. Like a lot of Bach,
No, here's my thing.
Beethoven.
She
I
came
can't,
out.
Wait, I can't believe I'm quoting Beethoven and Bach with Demi Lovato. My bad, world.
No, my thing is she came out with like a documentary or something, some vid doc about being clean and like how much of a struggle her life was to do so. And was
I
like,
get that, but then goes right back.
yeah.
I mean, I like.
Like it was
I
a
don't
very-
understand personally, but like I get how coming out of an addiction like that can be hard and wanting to go back can be hard.
Yeah, but
But when you put it out there so heavily that I'm clean now and I've gone through this,
yeah,
going back is detrimental to who
Yeah.
you are and your
Yeah.
image.
yep.
And she didn't do it on purpose. Like, she didn't go back on her word. Well, she did meth on purpose, but she didn't.
Yeah,
You know what I mean.
No, I thought it was
believe
heroin.
One goes.
It was a drug.
Yeah.
It was a hard-hitting, heavy daddy drug.
No, that's what buddies are for. They stick
Yeah,
the
yeah.
needle
yeah.
in,
Am
and
I-
then
thank
they
you
put
for
it
so
in.
much for putting the needle in my vein.
You're welcome. Anytime.
I'm so
Anytime.
confused.
No, we're talking about how
He's like, so she didn't go back on her word. She had her friend do it for her.
Oh, yeah.
every day. Until
It's hotter than a spoon in Dimly Lovato's house in here. You're welcome.
We're not sponsored by Demi Lovato.
But if
And
you
we're
want to send us meth,
We're 100% not going to be sponsored.
but if you want to send us meth,
It's like, if you want to hook us up with your supplier,
Like we would totally take.
we
it.
need revenue.
it's Gerard from Aldi. He works in the storeroom.
Yeah, that's where he keeps it.
I'm sorry, anybody named Gerald that works in Aldi.
Who works back in the store.
I know.
And who also listens to us?
The odds.
The odds, right?
942,643,952 to 1.
To be exact.
Why are you the way that you are?
That's 7. Okay, no, so my work story, real short, real
Okay.
quick. So the grocery store I work at a grocery store, if you didn't know that.
Martin's.
Wow,
Yeah.
Martin's.
Mm-hmm.
Come find him.
And kill him. Don't kill him.
No, we can't incite violence.
You can
If
try.
So, please so.
If you want.
If you want to try, I'm ready for the next contender.
Should it behoove you?
No, but it's like, I think I was getting ready to leave or come in, but I stand up at the front. I just clocked in. I don't work on the front end, but Martin's is one of those grocery
Who?
stores. What?
Who?
I.
No, come in who?
Got him. Straight guy.
Kill him a story, bruh.
As opposed to homosexual got him. I'm sorry.
Or asexual.
Or hetero?
You said straight. That is hetero.
Straight got him.
That's the same as hetero.
Straight.
Anyway.
So I'm
Hand
standing
got
there. I'm standing there by the time clock. The time clock's right by the front end. And Martin's is one of those grocery stores where they bag your groceries for you.
Gross.
Or at least it was at the time. They're like 50-50 now. I know it's weird.
It's your choice now.
They're
They're pro-choice.
confused.
weird. No, just but so I'm standing
I'm
there.
killing babies. I'm a pro at it. I call it pro. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. That's a song. That's a song.
Yes, it is. Takes a
I'm
chip
good
and
at making
smash.
babies.
He
Call
calls
it
homeless.
procreation. Get it?
No, but anyway,
I thought that was pretty genius, but okay.
it was. But
Thanks, Dad.
I don't feel like laughing at it. That's effort.
Oh my God.
I'll laugh tomorrow.
Thanks, Dad.
But it's like this lady walks by and she goes, they need someone to bag groceries in lane 7. And I just looked at her and I was like, don't worry, I'll take care of it. And like someone working in the customer service looked at me and goes, did she just tell you to bag groceries? I was like, yeah. She's like, that's really awkward. I was like, I don't care. It's not my job. And I just walked away. That was just the fact that she walked up to me and was like, they need someone bagging groceries. I was like, all right.
A customer did?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, customer, just some lady. And
What
she
a-
was leaving.
what a cunt.
Right. That was
I
the
love that
story.
word. Yeah.
You like the word cunt?
I'm more of a Tanukit fan.
Excuse me? I thought that was illegal.
Not anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Article 7.
Yeah. It's a Title IX violation. No, but the other topic was we were going to talk about products that we have seen that we thought were incredibly stupid.
Flex Seal.
No, Flex Seal is actually a good product. It's just Flail Swift is a weird.
Phil Swift here.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
I would have been more.
Wait to really.
You haven't
oh,
said like anything this entire podcast.
Nope.
That's a lot of damage.
There's some damage.
There be some damage, yo. No, but so bad products that you've seen, like
Flavored condoms. First off, who gives a blowjob with a condom on?
someone with herpes.
A whore who doesn't want to get AIDS.
Someone.
But
with
it's like you just
Solid.
taste latex and possibly
Ah,
like
This
Splenda.
dude is paying me to
Splenda.
paying me to blow him. One condition: I don't want to taste his jazz. So put a condom on it.
This is like a really personal. Like you sound experienced.
Yeah, you sound like you've done
'Cause I
this
am.
several times.
She requested to put it on.
No, I was just assuming you were the one being paid.
No, she requested to put it on.
Okay.
Anyways.
No, so the product I was thinking of, I've seen it at Walmart. It's a solo karaoke thing. Like you put your smartphone in it, it's a microphone, and you can sing karaoke by yourself.
Isn't it's just
It's just singing. If you by yourself, it's not karaoke.
it's just singing.
It's like when you're so alone and you have no friends that you go out karaoke night and you stay home for it.
You just set up an entire karaoke like mic and TV,
Yeah, but
DJ station in a warehouse by yourself.
but yeah. So that there's one of mine. Anybody else got one? Someone contribute, Jeremiah.
I'm trying here.
I'm really thinking, guys.
I can see
Okay,
the steam.
I gotta pull out something to find something. You know what I mean?
All right.
Dog shoes.
25 of the biggest
Dog shoes.
product flops.
It's valid.
Dog shoes?
Dog sweaters.
clothes.
Yeah.
Dude,
The
I feel
occasional sweater is cute.
Okay.
Not on a big dog though. That's just weird.
Valid.
Make a big dog coat out of a smaller dog.
Oh my god.
You'd have to use several smaller dogs.
True.
Small dog.
This is
Or
I've won these
Or-
in battles. Victory.
use the big dog as a vessel for the smaller dog.
So it's like a Trojan horse, but it's just a dog and not Greeks inside.
Yes.
You just see like a Pacific Rim like looking dog with like two dogs inside like a big dog and they're making it move and stuff.
Like Russian nesting dolls, it's just dogs.
Have you seen the Pacific Rim movie?
Yes.
No.
Where they take like the two people
No.
and like, they have the helmets on and all that stuff. I know you're saying
No.
no, that's why I'm looking at him now. So they have like the two people and like you just see the dogs walking
All
in
by
synchronization.
Yes.
myself.
That'd be funny.
Yes.
I did not see that.
Pacific Rim. We just watched the second one.
Yeah, but I did not see the dogs
It's
I-
not a-
walking in
it was a
synchronization.
theoretical
It was.
situation.
It was a.
I
it an
was
idea.
confused.
was a
Confusion
thought.
was on my side.
Banish that thought.
Begone, thought. Sorry.
Begone thought. You mean bad women
Yeah, like whores.
like whores. Begone thought.
Yeet.
THOT.
Just,
Oh,
I'm
there was
not
this-
feeling the creative juices today, dude.
I forget what it was
I
called.
just
Put your hands in the
I
bucket.
got nothing.
Put your hand
Here's-
in the mystery
here's one.
bucket then.
Crystal Pepsi.
I like it.
It actually does taste pretty good. It takes like a couple sips and then you're like, because the first one's like, this is kind of weird, but then that's
It's like better Sprite.
yeah, yeah.
Apparently, that's like number 2 on like bad Pepsi products or bad products in general.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was pretty good too, but I was like,
Remember Mountain Dew Whiteout?
I didn't like that one.
I thought it was pretty good. I like their Pitch Black too.
The Pitch Black is good.
Yes.
So is Voltage. And
Voltage is
Livewire.
very
Did
good.
you know Frito, the chip company,
Mm-hmm.
Frito Lay.
made lemonade?
Excuse me?
Yeah,
Is it chip flavored?
yeah. No, it's lemonade.
That's weird.
That's absolutely weird. What would be perfect to wash down your salty snacks? A big cold glass of lemonade. No, I'm not reading this crap.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is really bad that you've never seen. Okay, I
you know,
can
when
give you
life
another.
gives you melons, you're dyslexic.
Gerber's single servings for adults.
Hey,
No.
I love baby food.
No. Get out of my house.
I love
now.
baby food.
Eat. Be a man. Eat food.
It tastes good.
Eat food.
I'm sure not all of it does.
Not all of it, no, but there's certain flavors that are good that I would enjoy eating. Just because it says baby food doesn't mean it is baby food.
No, it is.
Doesn't have to be. There's no restriction. There's no age restriction.
Yes, they actually for most of them it tells you like at what many months that they can start eating that.
You can start eating it, not finish eating it.
I've
There's
been
no
eating this-
cutoff.
I've been eating the same meal since I was 3 months. Tastes great.
You know, there probably is somebody that has only eaten baby food their entire life.
Yeah, and guess what? They're probably gonna die alone.
Okay, so
That pause.
I have one. I seen a commercial like not too long ago. It was about like a women's like razor shaver that shaves their legs. odd. I know, right? Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
Anyways,
why would women do that?
so I actually have a electric razor that actually uses the same blades as it, and it's total crap. And they're making this thing look like it shaves their legs like perfectly. It won't even shave my face.
Are you talking about like
It's
the,
different hair.
Like, well, yeah. I mean, your face has.
It
more
is
coarse
different hair.
unless there's like women.
Well, I mean, their hair gets really prickly when it gets. I mean, when they.
I'm not
start
letting my
shaving
daughter
a
shave her
lot.
legs.
What?
She's gonna
Wow.
have like
Oh yeah, no,
monkey. I want like
So no
She-
guys attracted to her?
she goes on a date for the first time. I want this boy's first words to be "damn."
Well, number one, if I'm gonna be honest with you, if a homeboy's dating your daughter with hairy legs, he feeling desperate.
What if she's wearing jeans all the time? What if he doesn't know?
You're gonna force your daughter to wear jeans in the summer?
Of course.
I'm sure those jeans aren't going to stay on there too long.
No, she's going to be wearing a full winter.
Don't talk
parka.
about my daughter like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Don't theoretically undress his theoretical child, okay?
No,
Who's
I'm
not
just-
born yet.
He's not going to touch her leg. Did you not touch legs when you were in school?
Never.
Never.
not touch
Okay.
Did you not touch legs?
No. Okay, here's something.
How
that's
does you
interesting.
course?
She's never going to wear
Someone touched
shorts
my
in her
leg. That was
entire
me.
life.
Colgate made food.
Yeah, it's called toothpaste.
No, it actually made food. Food that was meant to not
Yeah,
stain your teeth.
That's weird.
What?
Yeah.
No, I saw.
Frozen meals in 1982 were made by Colgate to like help prevent stains and like bacteria. in
Really
your-
caught on, didn't it?
That's weird.
Sure did. It was like chicken and
I feel
tomatoes.
like that's like that's a Cold War thing. You know, it's like in case you need to live under your bunker and you can't afford to brush your teeth every day, eat one of our nice meals. It'll clean your teeth for you. You know, it's like dentist sticks.
You won't have to
Dogs.
worry about it.
Yeah. While nuclear fallout plagues the above lands, you can be safe in your bunker. Yeah. No, but I saw one. Is do you guys remember Eggies?
Yeah.
I thought that was the stupidest thing. You crack an egg into it and boil it.
Oh yeah.
And
I
the whole
remember
time
that.
it's talking about how impossible it is to peel an egg, and like the actors and actresses are trying to like
Hey,
peel
wait,
the
wait,
egg,
wait
and
a
they're
minute,
like,
wait a minute, wait a minute.
"Ah."
Okay, well, we could have a whole conversation about how crappily they act. in
No, it's.
these-
I mean, I
in
think the
commercials.
product in general is stupid because an egg comes already in a shell that you can boil it in.
Yeah, I mean, but most infomercials just have shit actors.
No, but I'm gonna be
that
honest.
No,
overact
They
They make the
everything.
simplest thing look impossible.
Like-
Yeah, I know. Like,
Have
eating
you ever
popcorn.
had to tie your own shoelace?
Like an infomercial that's brutally honest. I mean, by
You
an
can
egg.
do this on your own,
I mean, buy
but give me $20 to make it a little bit easier for you for a short amount of time because it'll probably break and you won't be able to use it.
Okay, because there was that extractor one that we actually bought the extractor where you put an egg in like this pump and you pump it, and apparently it's supposed to strip it straight from the shell. Don't work a damn bit. Don't work.
That's
at all.
like such a weird concept. Like I'm picturing like you put it in this machine and like pull the lever, Kronk.
Where'd you go?
I love the sound effects.
Thank you.
No, if anything, the only thing you got was a cracked egg because it just hit the table really hard. Like that's it. Like
It's like the egg wasn't big
It's
enough.
like guys,
No.
I got this
I mean,
new
like,
product.
it didn't
It
work.
breaks
It was
eggs
not
open
a
for you.
egg.
Just smashes it on the table and just spread out all over
So
everything.
how did it come out? Like how would it look like? I don't know. I never.
How would it look like when it came out?
No. What did that mechanism look like?
It looked like a plastic organ,
Okay.
Back up from the mic a little bit,
and there's a hole
like an inch. You're
that
good.
you just put the egg on, like or in, right? You put the like because there's like a little holder. There's like a little holder.
Weak.
Speak into the microphone.
Is that good enough?
Yeah. That was great.
All right. So there's like a little holder that the egg goes on, and then you put the little plastic organ thingy wah, wah, right on top of the egg. Wah, wah. All right. And so when you
Bow, wow, wow.
when you really shove when you put your elbow into it, chances are the plastic will break or the egg will just come out, hit the table, and it might have a crack on it.
Well, that's cool.
It sucked.
I mean, at least it cracked the egg for you.
yeah, because I can't drop it myself and crack it.
No, that would
But
take work.
At least the one thing that what is it called?
Eggies.
The eggies. That's at
We're not
least
sponsored by you.
Yeah, but
I hate your
feel like
life,
the plastic
but-
would wear out really, really fast, being heated up and cooled.
Well, I think
Yeah.
it was
Well,
like
it's
it was
not
a
like
it was like a
microwave, it's just
rubberized.
It's
Yeah.
rubberized
Yeah,
plastic.
yeah.
Remember moon shoes?
Oh, I had a pair. I
Yeah,
had a
moon
pair.
those
shoes.
were dope.
Those were dumb.
Those were
I used them
dope.
on the trampoline, so you got like double the air.
I don't think that's
Fucking
how that
innovator.
works.
Yes, it did.
I don't think that's how that
Genius.
works.
Oh, do you remember those? Oh God, what were they called?
Heelys?
Fuck, it was the worst. No. They were like the worst. They didn't work like ever. Condoms.
What?
Oh yeah, no, dude.
I know. I've got like 36 children right now.
I think that you should have to pass a test in order to.
Procreate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Get a Girlfriend.
Well, I guess I wouldn't pass.
That's not what I meant.
Intelligent test. 'Cause,
Austin, if you can't pass this one test, you don't get to procreate. It's called Get a Wife.
Technically, you don't have to get a girlfriend to have sex.
It's called
Yeah.
rape.
Okay, I wasn't going there, but
All right, so there's a product for an
not
as
unless
seen
they
on
don't
TV.
say no.
My God,
So-
Jeremiah, stop.
every fucking time.
Okay, whoa, no. So there's a product called the Potty Putter. And this was as seen on TV product,
Of course, it was.
and the main goal.
Do describe the picture.
Oh, I've seen it. I've
the
seen
main-
that.
The main goal is that you actually have a green, like a faux green the golf area right underneath your toilet seat.
That section is called the green.
I know that's why it's called the green. But for those that don't know golf at all, Caitlin,
They can
I
Google
was
it.
describing it for her.
Ooh, called her out on it.
All right, so
She
anyways,
can't cook either. So. She's gonna get mad about that one. I'll probably get a text.
yeah,
But she's
probably.
really good at bowling.
Oh yeah, she's so good at bowling.
I'm strangely good sometimes.
No, like for some reason she has like this innate ability to bowl.
It's the curve in her
perfectly straight.
spine.
It's the curve. In her
Oh my God.
It's, he probably ain't wrong.
I bowl freakishly straight too.
Yeah, you and Tristan.
I do
Both of you
not.
do.
Tristan throws it though, doesn't he?
Yeah, but anyways, it's a mini
That's,
putt-putt area that
that's
you
James.
put underneath your
Okay.
feet. So as you're shitting, you can also work on your.
Okay, but here's the thing: it's from 2 inches. That's not an actual.
Yeah, you're not putting like at all. You're
No,
putting
'cause
like
What,
an
if, what
actual
if the
putt.
ball
like a-
rolls away from the toilet or
I
your
know, I guess-
little mat?
You gotta
wipe
chase
this
it.
I guess game's over.
You gotta chase it. Honey, I made a mess in the bathroom.
Mine.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Thanks.
Oh,
You're welcome,
the
buddy.
city kitty.
Oh, have you guys seen that
Have
The,
seen
doll?
the little thing that teaches your cat how to poop in a toilet.
What?
Right.
Yeah, there's that one's weird.
I saw one on World's Dumbest. And they did an inventions one, which was fantastic. It was hilarious. But there's a baby doll for children. They're like age 6.
Yeah.
That teaches them how to breastfeed.
Ooh.
How weird.
How teaches the kid how to breastfeed?
Yeah, it's like it comes with like a little overshirt thing that like, and then the baby cries, and then you hold it up to one of the flowery things right by the nipple area.
Why don't you just teach them to put it on their nipple?
Because that would be sexualizing kids. You know exactly what they were doing, but discreetly
With clothes on.
with clothes.
You don't
yeah.
sexualize kids?
Wow. No, we do not condone Kevin Spacey.
No, I like my wine like I like my kids.
12
6 years old and locked in the basement.
Yeah, I saw that joke.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. I saw.
like
I saw
mine just
I
in
heard.
storage.
I heard 2012 was a great year for wine.
oh my God! I saw one for. It was. I like my. It was. I like my girls like I like my iPhones. 6 and black.
Oh my god.
We
I
do
got-
not
I got
condone
one-
child
I
molestation.
got one. I was like, I like my women like I like my cheese, white and American.
oh my God!
Racist.
Well, you have to specify that it's white, because there's yellow American cheese. So, like that's the
Asians.
regular.
Okay.
No, I'm better saying like American cheese. Normal American cheese is yellow,
Mm-hmm.
and then
I don't understand where the whole yellow people thing came from with Asian people. They're not yellow.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
They're
Google it.
not even like beige.
Maybe it's because
They're just white that look different.
Maybe it's just because if they had to describe to us who they were. Yarrow! Like they would.
Wow.
I'm just
Hero,
saying.
I'm no, what is it? It's a song. He's like, Hero, I'm Yarrow, just like Homer Simpson. What is it? Oh, it's Rucka Rucka Ali. He makes a bunch of like really
Oh,
bad
yeah. Oh,
parody
yeah, I know.
songs.
Yeah, I know.
It's called I'm a Korean.
Incredibly racist.
I'm a Korean.
I love
Is
it.
the song from him.
I think I remember that from high school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That old high schoolian trope.
What?
High schoolian trope.
I don't think
The fuck is your vocabulary?
I got it from high school.
You put a weird emphasis on that word. High school.
I got it from high school.
it's because he's lying.
It's because I'm like, the poop trap?
He didn't get educated until after he graduated.
No, check out this poop trap. Check.
I've seen that. Thanks
Oh.
for hitting my computer.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's so bad.
Oh yeah, no.
Well,
So-
they use it on horses that walk on the road.
Yeah, no, I get it for horses, but for your dog?
What I find
Kinda
funny,
weird.
it's squatting.
I mean,
still.
what if he's just
know.
prone to going to the bathroom whenever? I
It
mean,
looks
you
like it needs
can't-
to be emptied. Like it looks like there's some extra.
You know what I don't agree with?
What?
Liberals.
Why the hell do I have to clean up my dog's shit?
Well, if it's in
Depends
someone
on where
else's
it is.
yard.
If it's somebody else's yard, if it's on public property. you
I mean,
should.
it's gonna
'Cause I can say-
deteriorate.
I don't do it in my yard
The,
unless we have to mow the lawn.
Like people, there's a street sign in the corner of my yard, down at
Yeah.
the bottom of the ditch, and people always let their dogs stop there because dogs are like, hey, a post. Some other dog has done their thing here. I'm gonna do it too because it's mine now.
It's just common courtesy.
Most people don't pick it up though. It pisses me off.
Yeah, it's
Because then I hit it with the lawnmower or it gets stuck in the tread of my tire.
I don't know. I just feel like
it's when you put it in a bag and put it on somebody's porch and light it on fire.
If I knew who it was, I would. I'd throw it at their window.
I just feel like it's demeaning while
Make
I
them
gotta
clean
it.
pick up my dog's shit.
Just throw it on the roof.
You think it gives them a complex?
Yeah, that's why I don't do it.
No, it gives dogs a complex.
That's why I don't do it.
like, yes,
What?
human.
You don't have a dog.
No, this makes me a horrible person, but I have never once cleaned shit from a dog.
Yes,
I've
you
You
are a
walked-
don't
horrible
own a
person for
dog.
that.
I've walked tons of them.
He just took random people's dogs and
Yeah,
walked.
no, I just
Didn't tell him. Didn't ask him.
You brought it back.
Didn't get
I
paid.
remember
for,
the
no,
dog.
didn't even bring him back. Just let him go.
I remember the dog from New York that was bigger than you and me combined. That almost
I know.
ate you.
I know.
I want a Tibetan Mastiff so bad.
What was that?
No, it was a full grown Rottweiler,
Oh, yeah.
like a purebred
Ooh.
Rottweiler. Like when it
Oh, okay.
when it got caught by its chain and reared up, it was taller than me standing on its hind legs.
That's awesome.
It was massive.
Kind of want to pet it.
We all do.
With his dick.
Yeah.
This episode is just so bad.
There's a lot of awkward pauses.
There's a lot of awkward pauses and just a lot of awkward jokes
I
too.
mean, okay, so my two topics have already been gone through.
All right.
Yes, I said that incorrectly.
Mm.
And we did my singular BS joke of the week, which was the man with no penis.
Is he really a man?
What defines a man?
He has XY chromosomes.
Penis.
Happiness.
Goddamn.
All right, Jeremiah, it's all on you. Ball's in your court.
Balls in your
Ooh,
mouth.
Okay.
A ball's
Well, on
This is getting
that,
raunchier and
let me
raunchier.
I know.
just pull something out of the sky. Okay.
Or your butt.
Preferably not.
I'm so sorry.
We're gonna send you back to Catholic school, Nathaniel.
I'm not Catholic.
That's why we're sending you
I
back.
don't think we. I mean, I was gonna totally go a different way. That's okay.
Do what you want.
Okay.
Do what you want. It's your
Free
Um,
country.
I don't know if we actually fully
Power to the states.
Yeah. Yep. Fully went
White
through
power.
that. So I was wondering
Just
what you
kidding.
guys
Wow.
thought as far as that.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
I don't
Comedy's
really
still
have an
alive.
opinion on it
Okay.
All right, so
because I don't know.
Power to the states.
I don't know enough about that, like that area.
I don't
To
really
really
know
give
that much
anything on
either,
it.
honestly.
When it comes down to
Let me educate you. There's 6 and there's 7. 6 is smaller than 7, and 7 is larger than 6.
And it ate 9.
And 6
So-
was afraid of 7 because 7 was a registered sex offender.
got him.
I am running for president
Well,
2020.
Just thinking about it this
Got
way.
2020.
Think about it this way. It's if you give too much power, they become their own mini countries,
Yep.
which isn't good.
Yeah,
We're
I
no
would-
longer the United States. We're just located adjacent to each other.
I know that's
Yep.
the absolute. That's the constant struggle that we have. To
The
fight
adjacent states of America.
And then there's Alaska and Hawaii. That's the full name. Adjacent states of America. Then there's Alaska and Hawaii.
with. What about Puerto Rico?
It's not a state.
It's
It's a
not-
territory.
yeah.
I know, but it should be a state.
No, I don't think it should.
They have
Why
a
not?
population.
Because right now they're not in a
Population.
state too. The only thing that they have really going
Pun
for
intended.
'em is like the stuff that we have actually put on there.
True.
Actual.
Okay.
I mean, they use our currency, and they use.
I mean,
the-
yeah, I really want them to be,
Maybe.
but I think they need to.
It's gonna make a really bad
step
joke.
up-
Go for it,
up
go
a
for it,
little
go for
And they
bit
take our
before we
jobs.
actually
Oh.
They took your jet.
They
They took your jet.
South Park reference.
South
Check.
Park.
No, I really hope they do eventually.
No,
I just think
What,
they
take
need
our
to
jobs?
step up to the.
No.
Yes. yes.
No, it genuinely sucks.
I don't want to
Seriously.
work at Martin's
because
forever.
no,
Give it to
the
a
biggest
Puerto Rican.
reason why I want
Oh,
Puerto Rico to
we don't
become a
mean any
state
of
is
it.
because they follow all of our rules, but yet they do not have the right to vote. They are 100% a citizen. but
They can vote in the primary, but not in the actual. I'm pretty sure.
But
Yeah,
what
I think
they
they have-
the only laws that they follow are federal laws. They don't have any local laws.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
because
just
they
don't
don't. They
feel
don't
like
have a state.
they don't have a state. But yet here in America, we actually have
Constitution.
the Native American
Reservations.
reservations actually have their own sub governments.
'Cause
They're
they're-
subsidiary to the federal, but they have their own sub governments.
Yeah.
And so the idea that Puerto Rico can't have something similar is baffling.
Well, also there's a town I want to say in Texas because it just makes sense being in Texas that is officially its own.
Jabs.
No, it's officially its own country. Like they have registered. Like it's not recognized as a country, but it's like they have their own laws and they don't operate by federal laws. I saw a documentary thing about it like a long time ago, but it's no,
I feel like
yeah, I
that's not a
can't
thing still.
remember. There was a news
probably not.
article
But it used to be.
on Puerto Rico as far as why we were deciding not to allow them quite yet.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I feel like it's incredibly biased too.
I think it was, but
I mean, I feel like anything you'll find on it won't be the full story. Like, because I feel like there's,
I think it was more on the lines
there's
that
just
they had
something-
nothing to offer.
What I find
Ultimately,
funny is
honestly.
how people always try to like, well, if we make Puerto Rico a state, then we have to get rid of another state, like or something because 50.
that's
I'm
so
like,
stupid.
I'm like,
Mm,
no.
we can add. Why don't we want to grow?
And that's the thing. is
Well,
that-
it's gonna become more things that aren't here.
Yes, exactly. I mean,
We
like,
should start taking pieces of Canada.
I mean, we have Hawaii.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
Hawaii.
like not attached. And when you have a country that's split up into multiple sections away from itself, it becomes harder to rule. Not rule, but it becomes harder to
No,
govern.
that's why we have local governments. That's what makes all of this so.
They're stuck
That's
in
what makes
like
the state and federal government so important, right?
The
It's because the main
Puerto Rico.
the DC is on
I mean, they
the
have-
East Coast,
That's what they do. They just
while
have old
California and
vehicles.
all of them are on the West
That's-
Coast.
yeah.
and yet
Cuba.
they're still able to.
That's Cuba
run-
because
well, kind of.
it had to
they're
do
still
with
able to
Cuba
run
being
efficiently.
communist, and
Okay.
we wouldn't trade with them. So Cuba, he's talking about. He's thinking Puerto Rico was the one that had all those classic cars that were still running,
No, that's
It's Cuba.
That's Cuba.
That's Cuba.
and
I thought-
because they weren't getting anything imported to them.
yeah.
So it's like what they had.
I mean,
is
I
what
know
they
they're
got.
like they're
And like
poor.
some of
and
well,
like
it's not
most
that they're
of the
poor.
food-
It's the fact that the country wasn't bringing in imports. They weren't
Oh.
importing vehicles in. So
And also because it's a socialist economy, and socialist economies never work.
True.
but, I mean, but that doesn't have to do with the reason that the cars are there.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I mean, most
they
of those,
weren't
several of those
investing
cars even run on
No,
boat
I mean,
engines.
It actually.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Boat
because they
engines
had
and
to
diesel
refer
Well,
to
it
something
does involve because they weren't allowed to trade, grow, and prosper. So, with their socialist economy, they weren't able to get more stuff.
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything.
That
to do
doesn't
with
mean
them.
that they couldn't trade for other goods. They just decided not to.
No, I don't think as much of their decision as much as it was
I think we refuse.
I think
to
Venezuela
sell.
was like the only country to be like, yeah, we'll give you stuff, and it was,
Well, I also think.
Well, they're also sitting on the largest oil reserves in the world besides the Middle East.
they aren't being pumped though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just sitting on them.
Yeah.
Because of socialism.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Never
Socialism
works.
Never works.
Anarchy. Can't
The
happen.
1%.
I'm not all like, let's get the oil, but you know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
if you're gonna
no,
make some money
why not?
there, why not do
Why
it?
not? Let's take
Yeah.
Venezuela. We're not
No.
sponsored by the Venezuelans, but if you want us to come in and take over,
So my
Just
my,
give us the.
back onto the thing that Nathaniel.
I mean, just a
the-
DM. That's all I need.
The
DM and
whole-
I'm there.
Just give us the go. Give us the go ahead.
No, like so
One
you have
person.
to give America credit because even though we go into other countries, we don't take control of them. Now Puerto
Not
Rico.
yet.
Now Puerto Rico was definitely a like a long time ago, if I'm not mistaken.
What if we just make it the United States of the world? We just take over every
Eventually,
country.
we need to become one united front.
Then we'll be all liberals.
Wow. Yeah.
no, there'll be like a
Well,
little.
'cause we're
there'll be a
gonna
little.
if we did that, we would have to accept everyone's like way of life.
No, we
Well, that's what.
Yes, we would.
You
In
wouldn't
order
have to accept it.
become
You would just have to
united.
be accommodating to it. Not,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Maybe not accommodating is the right
Well,
word.
I mean, 'cause-
Tolerant.
Yeah.
but see, tolerance only stops at intolerance. You don't. The only thing you don't tolerate with tolerance is intolerance. So you have. I know.
The trapper's trap is trap. The trapper.
No, because there's. I think it's some type of paradox. It's like it's
Time travel.
like where the only type of tolerance, the only type.
Toleration isn't actually toleration. It's well, it was like I saw something about the Ottoman Empire, and like I remember, if you remember from like world history, they talk about how the Ottoman Empire was super tolerant of other like cultures and religions. It's also the empire that changed Constantinople to Istanbul
Yeah.
and taxed Christians and Jews for having a
Yeah, no,
different
and so it-
faith.
We would
That's
have
not
to
tolerance.
all agree
That's
on one.
So I mean, because basically we already are incredibly accommodating to all people of the world, and that's why people flock here.
Except
is because-
Russia.
Except Russia.
Screw
no,
you.
I mean, because that's why you can come from China and still believe in the same stuff when you come here and still believe in it. Just as long as you're not murdering people in the streets like that. I mean, that's like,
That's true. I mean, we're
You
given
follow-
the
Takes-
freedom to
takes
believe
pride
in
from
what
it,
they
but-
want to, but
Yeah.
with the exception, they have to
they have.
not kill people.
Yeah, they have.
Follow the rules.
It's
yeah. You can practice your
So you
satanic
bet- so,
ritual.
like-
Just don't kill anyone.
we need an alien invasion
I would love
That'll
that,
unite the world.
honestly.
faster than anything
I,
else.
Falling
will.
I
Skies?
want my brain
Yeah,
to be
I haven't
used
seen
for
it.
something other
It's
than
good.
for
Haven't
my
watched it.
own personal needs.
We should.
What?
You,
Falling skies.
you need to come this way because you're too far away from the mic. You keep like talking like this beside it. Nice.
Okay. Sorry.
You're good.
Well, it's a.
The
I
Falling
now
Skies
have to
is a
like.
fantastic.
Yeah.
show.
Well,
You
then
don't
straighten
have
your
to-
chair up instead of just facing this way.
Yeah, that's valid.
Okay, guys. Fine.
You sitting like a bitch.
I thought he was
kidding.
just sitting normal.
I'm just kidding.
I wasn't.
Still love you, Caleb.
I don't.
I know. Just meet me after class.
I'm not sure.
I mean, she has a flagpole behind the school at 3:15.
There's a flagpole behind the school.
Bring some duct tape.
Not yet.
I like to freak out cashiers and just buy random things together, like
Oh,
duct
oh.
tape, lighter fluid, and a lighter, just to see what they like. See if they judge
just,
me.
just like. Just like
No,
buy a
no, sit
baseball
there.
bat and lube at the same time.
Yes, exactly that.
It's like, but like you gotta like talk to yourself the whole time. Like when you're buying the lighter fluid, the duct tape, the rope, and you know,
Yeah.
like those things. Be like, "Just won't get away this time. Just like act like you're schizophrenic or something, and then see if they do anything about it.
That or just groan the entire time. Just,
Sit there and rub your
The
belly
entire-
button.
No,
Like,
goldfish,
it-
my
it-
goldfish. Like just randomly yell.
I feel like the four of us together could
just walk
create
up.
one fucked up movie.
Probably.
Just walk up to another customer checking out and just take their stuff. And
It'd
go,
be like the
scan it.
type of movie
put
that
it in
Heath
your-
Ledger would only play the role once
Yeah.
Because, you know,
Oh, because he's dead.
because, well, he wouldn't play any role really.
because he commits suicide after playing the Joker.
Oof.
I guess the joke's on him.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Let's add some more.
Chainsaw.
Oh,
puts a chainsaw to a bucket.
Have you seen? Okay, so are you talking about the commercial exactly, or did you like watch somebody commenting on it?
I watched the dude comment. I've seen both, but I watched the guy comment on it.
Which guy? Which guy?
I don't know his name, but he has like the weird beard, and like in the background on his fridge, it's like decked out to look like an old Nintendo handheld.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Are you talking about JonTron?
I don't know his name.
Probably.
JonTron made the funniest video of Flex Seal.
We're like he's talking about like where he smacks the bowl with the thing, with the flex tape.
Haven't seen it.
Flex tape.
JonTron's
This
funny.
stuff will save your life.
Oh, JonTron's so funny.
That's
Hey,
a lot
we're
of
not
damage.
sponsored by JonTron, but seriously though,
I
you ever listen to
haven't
our shit?
seen it.
That's awesome.
I would be so grateful.
This one's kind of subpar, but
This one's funny as shit. If you have a twisted dark mind.
I
That's
don't
a
have
lot of
no,
damage.
No, I don't. Right?
Watch out, honey. That dog's got a knife.
Right,
What?
right.
What?
No, I
No, I
don't.
don't. If you haven't seen the ASDF movie, watch it.
All 10 of them.
It's fucking hysterical.
Billy, take the dog out
Yes, mother.
for a walk.
I am a Stegosaurus. Desmond, the moon bear.
How did I get here?
The end. I'm sorry.
Hello, mine turtle.
Everything explodes.
And now, the funniest thing you've ever seen from really, really far away. Apples.
We need to find something to talk about.
All right, so we talked about so the states. Love 'em.
yeah.
Gotta love it, right? Gotta love those states. Gotta love that power that the states have. I think the states have not enough power, or I think the federal is taking too much. But on another topic,
I think the federal's like putting laws in things that should be
That counteract-
state.
yeah, you're absolutely right.
Like
Yep.
like the Supreme Court making the rule on gay marriage. I'm sorry, but the Supreme Court, the Constitution, has absolutely nothing to do with marriage, and
I
the
honestly
9
believe that-
justices put in place there to
I believe that the state
interpret
has
the Constitution. They
no
can't.
right to be in marriage whatsoever. With straight
The
male.
government, period.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
No, I agree, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
If two
if
people wanna-
anything, it would be a state matter because it's you
Yeah.
know the state is the
Because
one
you're
that
married
gives
through
out
a
the
state.
yeah the state.
know, and so
I
that-
think
so-
it was at one point,
You know,
and then it
that's
just became such a big deal that they. Just,
No, it's still a state thing.
is it still?
It's just the Supreme Court made a ruling that states can't make gay marriage illegal. But tell me where in the Constitution is that?
But I get what you're saying, but at the same time, is that an ethical thing? It's more of ethics, whether one place in the same country can deny people getting married, or another place can. Right? In another place, they can get married. I agree that states shouldn't be able to say no, because as a cohesive America, we should have.
But when you
laws.
try to force, when you try to force a people to change their mind, well, what do you like? You create
Cause the revolution.
like when you try to.
We're just going to
force
tax you.
someone who might be a little bit when you try to force somebody who might be a little bit homophobic to you must now marry gay people. That's going to make them more homophobic. That's going to make them hate actual gay people more. Because it's like,
Well, you're not talking
making
to a
it-
single person. You're talking to a government.
So that's what I'm saying.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So if you allow states to make up their mind, because we were already on that track. Like within a couple of years, each state would have eventually come across the point to where it's all like, all right, it's not an inherently bad thing for two dudes to just want to go ahead and say, hey, we'll pay taxes together. Like, because that's the only reason why you would tell the state that you're living together or married is so that they can get like some tax thing or whatever.
You get a slight tax cut.
Yeah. So that's
There
like
you
the only real reason, other than like the official. So like the idea of two people just signing a contract saying, "Hey, we're together. This is us." That's fine. They can go ahead and do it. But forcing somebody to do that is immoral.
Well, see, here's my thing though. That's where I'm saying like I don't state level it works better because you know
Yeah,
each
yes.
state has a district. So if the majority of districts in that state say we don't agree with it,
Then the
then
state-
that's a majority of the population of that state.
And the state would. Like,
And here's my thing: if like, say Virginia was anti-gay marriage, but North Carolina was for it, then just go to North Carolina and get married and move back.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's the thing.
But it's then,
Because you can't.
but then the state won't recognize that you are married.
I
It
don't
won't
think.
give
I
you the
don't think
tax
they
cut.
have that power though. I don't think they have that power to like null another state's.
I mean, that might
Well,
be
certain
valid.
businesses won't let you. They don't recognize gay marriages.
What do you mean?
That's a business.
What do you mean they won't recognize?
That's different. 'Cause, I
I
mean, you can. Make
want to
it
get this right because it's somebody in Galen's family. Their family's male like middle name or like first. I don't remember what the tradition is, but it's Jocelyn is the male's name,
Okay.
and then they usually go by another name or their middle name.
Okay.
Well, this woman went in. I think it was one of her cousins. I don't know who it was, but it was somebody in her family had gone to, I want to say the DMV, and was requesting something.
Okay.
And they were like, "We need the name of your spouse," and she said Jocelyn Wilson. I want to say, I don't remember the name. It was Jocelyn something, and they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, we don't recognize gay marriages." And she was like, "That's
A
my
DMV?
That's yeah." I want to say
Well, a DMV has no right. I mean, because a DMV is run by the state, so a DMV has no right to not recognize that. So that is wrong. But
I don't know. I don't know if it was a DMV. It was something.
That-
It was some.
Was that like recent or was that years ago?
It was within the last few years. They said we don't recognize gay marriages.
okay, if it was within the last
Ow.
10 years, like if it was 10 years ago, would make sense because gay marriage is only about like a federal wide gay marriage thing is only about 4 years old now.
Something
I
like
don't
that.
know.
I don't remember.
It's something. It's relatively new.
I
Like,
think
it's-
it was like our senior year of high school.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
So
it's
2015-ish?
incredibly new. Yeah, because like Obama did it. So
Well, he didn't. The justices in the Supreme Court
well, I
had
mean,
that
he
ruling.
forwarded it.
He doesn't have any say over it. It was the Supreme Court
I
justices.
thought, no, I thought it was an executive decision.
No, it was not. It
Mm-mm.
was the Supreme Court. Like they,
The Supreme Court ruled.
People took it to the Supreme Court. Like, hey, we're gay. We want to get married, and the state wouldn't let them. So they sued the state. It went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court justices ruled in favor of.
Interesting. No,
that's-
now-
Then that's why I'm saying, like, I don't think that that's a decision for the Supreme Court.
Interesting.
Because their job is to interpret the Constitution and make sure laws follow the
Yeah, no,
Constitution.
so in essence, you're saying that the Supreme Court should have erred on the side of the state instead of on the side of the person.
I mean, if anything, yes, but I'm saying, like, the Constitution does not mention marriage at all.
No, you're right.
So how can you tell me, how can you look at a 1,000-word document that does not ever mention marriage and come up with an interpretation on what marriage
then
should
they're
be?
they were basing laws on morals rather than documents, rather than the documentation of the Constitution. They were going off of what they thought was right.
That's
Which
not
is
their
not
job.
job.
Which exactly.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. But also, I see both sides of the coin, in that
I mean,
as
we all do.
as a country, we shouldn't have different places that allow it and different places that don't.
Yeah, I
But
think
also,
yeah.
you should be
Mutual
able to
agreement.
through a state, because states are the
It-
ones
it's
that
ju-
govern marriage licenses and
It's
marriage
just muddy ground.
ordeals.
Like,
Yeah, it's
because it's just it's a hot topic discussion to really talk about without getting a lot of hate thrown your way, of being honest and genuine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you're gay.
yeah.
Like, I mean, like, I don't like, so just
Just don't hit on me.
Yes, please.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care. Like, it's just do whatever you want to, live the life you want to, and if you want to sign a contract with somebody, go right ahead. But
Yeah.
it's that muddy ground area of
My,
like, it might not be okay that some states allow it and some states don't, but it's the alternative is then forcing somebody to do something they don't want to do, which is not what our Constitution
Yeah.
like says.
no, and that's what happened to that New York bakery. They got like a
Yep.
gay marriage, like a gay couple wanted a wedding cake,
Yeah.
'cause the,
and the
okay,
small little bakery said, "We don't want to do that. We don't
because
agree."
the, on
that
a
wasn't
day-to-day
that wasn't
basis-
exactly what was said. What was said that he said he would make the cake. He wouldn't put the emblem on the cake.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
c-
the two groomsmen
Yes,
or
yeah.
whatever.
like he
That's
would make
what
a
was
gay-
said, but they
because-
made it more big of a deal than it
Like
actually was.
he is an artist, and like that was the whole thing. Is like on a day-to-day basis, the gay couple would actually come to this bakery, and would actually buy products from them, and he gave them the products that they wanted.
Yeah.
But when they specifically asked for a service, for like, if let's change what it is, and like, you're a doctor, and I come up to you and say, I want you to fix my leg. You have every right to say, no, I'm good. Like, you have every right to say, I don't want to fix your leg, like, or I'm not good at it, or
It's fucked up, but you have the right to.
yeah, no, you have every right to. You have like, and so the idea that for me to demand your service,
Yeah.
is wrong.
Yeah,
Whether
I
you're
think
gay
that
or
it's
not.
I think that it's they shouldn't have been persecuted as much as they were about refusing service.
I
because
think it was close too, wasn't it?
What?
It was like either he made the cake the way they wanted, or the bakery was shut down.
No, if I'm not mistaken, it
I'm
finally went up
pretty
to the
sure you
Supreme
closed
Court.
it down.
If I don't know if it shut down, but if I'm not mistaken, it went to the Supreme Court.
And I
The
don't.
Supreme Court ruled in the favor of the bakery, but they were. It was.
I can't remember. I don't honestly remember.
No,
so.
if I'm not mistaken, it was in the favor of, but it was actually like a really crappy decision, because like the dissenting decision was like, they didn't have the right to be mean. Like, it was like something like you could do whatever you want, but don't be mean about it. Like denying a gay person's service was mean, but you could do whatever you want. Like, it's mean. Who cares? Like,
yeah, it's
it's
it's one of those things that businesses should have signs
a
that-
surprise topic that I wasn't prepared for.
that it's a really rocky road if you have those signs that say we have the right to refuse service to anybody, which
So
is borderline not good, because if you refuse,
See, that's
if
where
you
that's where
refuse- yeah,
capitalism comes
it's
into place.
weird where the line is drawn, because where do you draw the line?
Well, see, that's
when you can refuse service to anybody, but you choose to refuse service to specific groups of people.
Well, see,
that's
here's-
when capitalism comes into place. You know, it's like the bus boycott that Martin Luther King started. They were refusing service to Black Americans, so they boycotted the buses.
Yeah,
That caused the buses to have to change their policy.
Yeah, like,
That's if you disagree, you stop doing business there, and if that
Yeah,
business
exactly.
suffers, they can either change, adapt, or die.
yeah.
and that's the great thing about capitalism. Yeah. No, I mean, because honestly, it's
Free markets, woo!
that's the. I know it's cheesy, but like, yeah, that's the great thing about having an absolute free market, is that because you're telling me that there was not another bakery in the area
Well, yeah.
Willing
that-
to do that.
willing
for
to do
you.
that. No, or like not even within the area. Like, we have Amazon now. We have a lot of other things.
Yeah, why couldn't they just go on to
But
another
here's the-
bakery? Why
here's
did they have to push for
CNN
that specific bakery?
says the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Colorado baker
That's
who
what I-
refused to bake a cake to celebrate marriage of a same-sex couple because of religious objection. The ruling was 7-2.
Yeah.
Well, see, and here's the other thing. He was claiming it was religious reasons. So that couple was trying to force, whether he was Christian, Islamic, he very well could have been Islamic,
Yeah.
because they do not accept
No,
homosexuality,
Yeah.
period.
See that, because that was there's a bunch of videos on YouTube of
So-
guys and they pretend to be gay, and they go into an Islamic bakery and they ask, "Will you bake us a cake? We're gay. Will you bake us a cake?" And they go, "No. Get
Yeah, I
out."
wish. Yeah.
And they
But see,
fervently-
here's the thing. So
and they won't even like sell them things that day, because they just don't want to sell you things because
Yeah.
you're gay.
I mean,
And so
I think
it's not just a Christian
the
bakery.
churches were like affected a lot.
Oh yeah, a lot of
I
lot
mean,
of churches.
I
were
think it
scared.
hit them so hard and so fast that they didn't have time to prepare for.
Yeah, there's a lot.
what
There's a
it
lot of
was.
churches that are
See,
genuinely.
my question is, when does your right to service, quote unquote, which isn't a thing,
Yeah.
trump someone's First Amendment rights?
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That's
Like
hey,
I feel like that that concept is so ridiculous that why would two Supreme Court justices whose job is to protect and interpret laws and make sure they do not go against
Because a lot of
particularly your first 10 amendment rights.
a lot of people believe that the Constitution is a living document, meaning that it could be interpreted upon the day, which is not accurate.
Well, I pooped from the left side of my butt today, so the Constitution must mean chickens aren't legal.
Like, you know, but
Well, I guess
as
I'm going
stupid
out of
as that
business.
sounds-
Yeah.
As stupid as that sounds, that's completely accurate. Like,
Adapt or
it's not-
die.
the Constitution is not a living document. It is a document that can be changed
Yeah.
if you don't like the rulings or you don't like how life is
Or
now.
if a new law
vote.
needs to be added, you can amend it.
Yes, and that's how it works. Like everything has its way to work so that people aren't forced, so that everything is voted upon, so that everything has its fair trial, fair treatment, and so that it's not some big boy with a gun standing at the top of government forcing you to do something. It was the people that allowed it to happen. Yes, you will have some muddy water going from point A to point B, but it's the fairest way to do it.
Yeah.
What does kill you makes you stronger. Sorry.
What doesn't kill you gives you a lot of awkward coping mechanisms.
Hunger, something of her. Exactly. I'm just kidding.
What
I
doesn't
think,
kill you really hurts a lot.
I was just thinking about like all the statues that have been taken down recently, and just how all that's
Surprisingly, the
been
one in
affecting.
Charlottesville is still up.
I
Is it-
am
but is
really
it still covered?
surprised.
No,
It's
it's
not?
not. No, yeah, I was in Charlottesville the other day, and the Robert E. Lee statue.
I mean,
is-
it's just really like that's our ancestry. I mean, like that's our history. I mean, I don't understand why we're taking down things like
I
that.
think same basis. If the city itself votes, like if the people of the city vote and they want to take it down, go right ahead.
Okay.
They can do whatever they want.
That's true.
But I don't think
It wasn't
that-
even someone from the city that started the
you're
thing,
absolutely
though.
right. And
That's the other thing that pisses me off. People moving around the country just to start crap.
Yeah.
You're like,
They're called social justice warriors.
I'm a piss in your Cheerios
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, they need to be taken out.
No. We don't.
I've got
believe
some
in that. We
social
don't- no.
justice for you.
We don't see. And see,
Justice! Justice!
yeah, no. I mean, I believe.
It's fucking funny. I lost my shit laughing at that when I was editing.
That's probably funnier, like at like 1.5 times speed. That's slower.
That's
Jeremiah.
0.5 speed.
Yeah.
Slow jokes.
Oh, we're all losing our minds.
No,
I'll,
I mean,
I'll never
it's
found
just-
mine.
I think areas can do whatever they want. I don't like the demonization. Like if we can
Yeah.
talk about like honestly, areas have or cities, states, whatever, they can do whatever they want. But the idea of the demonization of our history isn't okay.
Scratching.
Because like we still have Auschwitz.
I mean, there was
Like, or-
people that
like,
were good back.
that's still up there
that didn't
as a
do that.
permanent reminder.
Yeah, but the Nazi flag is banned in Germany.
You're absolutely
Well,
and
of course.
Well,
No, but it's like the fact that they would ban the like I don't know how to put it.
the only way
Ban that history from.
Kinda,
'cause
but
they-
I mean
'cause they
like
almost
Wouldn't
wiped-
that be
they
like a
almost wiped
They're
it.
banning
Reminder?
the use
Like-
of it,
yes.
not the image of it. Like if you, it's in textbooks.
I don't know if it's in German
No.
textbooks.
I don't know if it's in German textbooks. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we'll have to do some more research
Next
on-
time.
on next time. But like
Previously on Knights of the Round Table.
no, I mean because honestly, if I'm not mistaken, they almost whitewashed the history, like because like they don't want it there.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
they
kind of
didn't
like
kill 6 million Jews.
But see, here's the thing: is that
and plus some, Romas, gypsies, gays.
yeah,
The like.
I mean, because I don't know. I mean, I feel like in order to not forget where you came from, you should be constantly not constantly reminded or reprimanded.
When
Not
other people make
constantly-
mistakes, you can look at them and go, "Hey,
not constantly.
Don't
I
do
won't
that.
do this."
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's something that you learn from, and
Yeah,
if you
not
don't
constantly.
remember
Because
those
I mean, if
things,
you
then
hide
you're
it
gonna make
and
the
like
same
never
mistake.
talk about it, someone could end up making that same mistake again.
Yep.
Reminded, not reprimanded.
Yeah.
Like you can be reminded of an issue, but don't be punished for it continuously.
Well, that didn't really help with the sanctions put on Germany after both world wars.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you're the cause of 2 world wars, I feel like
Technically, they didn't even cause World War One. The whatever Slavic countries did, like north of Greece,
Serbia.
Serbia. Yeah, it was a Serbian assassin that shot Austrian
Franz Ferdinand.
it's what they
prince.
want you to believe.
No, that's actually what happened.
It's what they want you to believe.
As you fart twice.
I've got gas, man.
What'd you eat?
Food.
Beans
Well, this is why.
and
Good
a
for
chili
your
hot
heart.
dog.
But they're good for your heart.
Yeah,
The more you eat, the more you
fart.
fart.
The more you fart.
The more you shart.
Right. So let's have beans for every meal.
The more you change your underwear.
Moral of the story, moral of this podcast, beans.
Beans.
And we are not sponsored by beans.
Farmers.
If you want to throw, hey,
But
if they send us a bunch of canned beans, we can turn around and sell those for profit. You know.
Yeah, and
Or
actually make money
donate.
off this
Hint,
podcast.
hint, wink, wink.
Nah.
Who are you, and what have you done with Nathaniel?
We'll just eat them all.
No, okay. So back on the statue thing, I feel like if the city of Charlottesville decides and votes, and I feel like the only way to properly do that is to have an actual population vote, not elected officials,
Yeah.
because elected officials can change their minds or be bought.
True.
And I'm
Valid.
fairly certain Charlottesville's pretty
Do they
bad for
have
that.
the original intent why the statue was put there?
Because it represented a slave state.
No, but
Or
he's
it
saying
represents-
why
no.
the statue was
Why
built.
was
like,
the statue put there
actually-
in the
Oh, I thought you
first
meant why
place?
was the...
No.
That's something to
what
do with
he-
the
What
school,
was the
doesn't it?
problem with the statue? That's what I thought you meant.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, it had something to do with the school or whatever
It
building.
was a memorial to
Robert E. Lee.
Robert
but,
Lee.
Yeah.
but what building is there? Is that a library or a
I don't
behind
know.
it? It's
I'm
like
not
an
sure.
official looking building.
I mean, if they don't feel like it's doing its purpose as a symbol anymore,
But my thing is, send it to a museum.
yeah,
Yes.
If you're
don't
to do that.
destroy it. I mean,
And I mean, people were straight up. They put garbage bags on it and fenced it off so people couldn't keep. Like people were like graffitiing it
Yeah,
and like
they were. I mean,
stuff like
I
that.
mean, 'cause that's the
I think
thing.
one dude even like went up and like peed on it, didn't he?
Probably. There's a lot of homeless people in Charlottesville.
Well, I mean, but it was a
There
Social
actual-
justice
there's,
warrior.
there's a ton of homeless people that are sleeping around the sleeping around it too, which I find funny whenever I'm driving into town. You just see like on every bench a guy with a backpack eating a sandwich that he's made out of grass. Like
what?
That's not a sandwich. It's a salad.
Nice
with
observation.
put together
there.
croutons. Story from last week.
Just
This
a
is
couple
funny,
rocks.
no?
He found a couple good rocks. He felt like we're
Adds a little
pretty
crunch.
much- Yeah.
No,
got,
I mean-
it's got like some salt and stuff in it. No, but here's my thing. I'm kind of speaking from experience here because I feel like this is my dad's political view on it. My dad's one of those more like he's a conservative, but he feels like, oh, if I just don't talk about it, things will.
That's
Ease
kind of
out.
how my mom is sometimes.
And I'm like, my thing is, I was like, no, if you don't like,
If
you don't
you
have
don't
to
talk
be,
about
you don't
it.
have to be rude, but you have the right to voice your opinion. And if you don't, then your opinion is just going to fade to dust, and then you'll
that-
just
and
be
that-
sitting there grumpy because no one does what I think.
And honestly, like as a conservative myself, I feel like that's the one thing that we've really lacked within the past 20 to 30 years, because it's like we've let our opinions kind of go quiet, and had the belief that if we are quiet, bad opinions won't take over. Like, because we're not
But
mean.
that's
Because we're
what
not mean.
happened.
And
Yeah.
that's what's happening.
maybe
is
if
that
we say nothing while everyone else shouts, people will listen to us.
you have the right to your opinion, but I
Yeah.
have the right to tell you your opinion's bad.
And see, that's my thing. Like it was like sidebar, but I'll get to what my point is in a moment. There was a sticker I wanted to put on my car. Is Benjamin Franklin's "Join or Die" that he posted in his
yeah.
Philadelphia newspaper.
Mhm.
I really like that. I love like revolutionary history. We talked about it in episode 7, and my dad just looked at me. He's like, I don't think you want to be like voicing that out there. He's like, because that sounds pretty extreme. Join or die. Like, I was like, well, yeah, I was talking about the country. Like, we either need to join together, all the colonies need to join and act as one, or we're all just going to die.
Yeah.
And so I really like that. It's like one of my favorite things from history. And I'm like, and he's like, well, people might not see that way. I said, well, why should I have
It's
to
their
live my
fault.
life
Yeah.
based around other people's ignorance? And
Yeah,
I
no, you're
absolutely hate the word ignorant.
Oh yeah, no, I do too.
That's like my one word.
Yeah, no, I feel like
I get heated just saying it.
Yeah, he's getting a little red in the face.
No, but it's because here's
I feel
my
like
thing.
If you use the word ignorant, like as an actual derogatory word,
Yes.
you're quite
If-
ignorant yourself.
Yes,
Because you're
you can't
closing-
say it without like that person's ignorant for having this opinion. You're ignorant for calling that person ignorant because
Yeah.
you don't know their story. You don't know. Maybe they were attacked by someone and now they have this like not necessarily intentional grudge, but like this
No, and that-
subconscious like fear. Like was it your girlfriend's dog would not come up to me and it barked at me because I was wearing a hat
Yeah.
because it had been previously abused by a guy
Yeah.
who always wore a hat.
Yep. Yep.
Ignorance is just the lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying.
yeah.
So if you're like, oh, you have this opinion, well, you're ignorant. That's
Well,
an
yeah.
ignorant
you have
thing
the
for
lack
me
of
to say.
knowledge of knowing what my opinion is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so the only way to get rid of bad ideas is to air them out.
Yeah, and the only way to know, at least, what a person, maybe not intentions, but what their opinion is and where they got it, is to talk to people.
And see,
Yeah.
here's the thing that most people that wanted the Robert E. Lee statue taken down probably didn't know is Abraham Lincoln actually went to Robert E. Lee first and asked him to be the general of the Union Army. And the only reason Robert E. Lee didn't is because Virginia was not currently part of the Union.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he put his state above, like he put his home.
And that's also
above.
something that back onto what Jeremiah was talking about earlier is like, do states have enough power, or do states have more power, does federal or whatever? Back then, there was a harder feeling for the state versus the federal. Like the president meant nothing to people. It was your local governor that meant everything because they're the one that were meant to actually control and do your laws. But as I believe, just our social media has just advanced crazily. We've celebritized the president to the effect that he's like our king.
Yeah.
And so
It was, I think it was like John Adams wanted to be called Your Majesty when he got elected.
What a cunt.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Federalists.
yeah, right? Stupid federalists.
I don't even know if that's the right party that he was part of.
I think it was.
This sounds right.
Ignorant.
Nathaniel, you are ignorant for using that word.
Yeet.
Yeet.
I'm ignorant on things. Everybody's ignorant on something.
I know all.
Well, I think
Omnipotence.
I mean I've used the word ignorant before, so I guess I'm ignorant.
I mean, I've used it.
I mean,
just
if you
used
use
it.
it,
like-
if you use it correctly, and
Yeah.
meaning that you don't know about something,
Like,
I mean I've said like, well, that person seems like, or I mean his actions show me that he is an ignorant person. You know what I mean? He's lacking the knowledge, but
I
does not
guess-
want to try to find out the knowledge. You know what I mean? That's where I would say that person was that.
I guess using the word ignorant as like a condemnation
Mm-hmm.
is the wrong way to use it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because if you're going to call somebody ignorant, then you need to also be willing to sit down with them and care enough to help them
to
not-
listen to their backstory
to,
and
to,
then
to listen to their backstory. If you're going to be all like, well, you have like you're ignorant, and then like, let's figure out why. Like that should be
Yeah.
your follow-up statement. Let's
Mhm.
figure out. Maybe I'm ignorant. Maybe I'm like. It should be a two-way street if you're going to use the word ignorant.
Yeah, so I
Realize
should try to.
I'm
hope
ignorant.
that.
You're ignorant. Let's figure this out. Like it shouldn't be just like a condemnation. You're ignorant. I don't want to talk to you.
Knights of
No,
the
yeah,
Ignorant
no.
Table.
Like I'm just like stating that
No, no, no,
someone
no.
just didn't take the time, and so that's
Yeah.
why I would
Yeah,
call
no,
them.
and-
You're,
that.
you're looking at like, probably like a carpentry something, or like some dude's holding a saw the wrong way, like
Like, and
He's
they
backwards.
don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like sawing upside down or something.
he's using the back end that doesn't have the teeth, like the teeth are in the
Nothing.
air, and he's like, man, it's just taking forever.
Yeah, that might take you a while, man.
8 hours later, whew, that was a good long
His
day's
arms,
work.
like all pumped up. It's all like built. It's like jacked.
It's like, that's a good day's work. Meanwhile, like half a house is built, but it's just missing like this one beam that he was supposed to cut.
the more you say a word, the less it sounds like a word. Ignorant. We've been saying it so much, it doesn't sound like a word anymore.
No, it still sounds like a word.
I think.
I don't understand
Shut
that.
the fuck up.
I think
How
it
many-
has
how many
less
words?
meaning.
Your ideas aren't.
Yeah, I didn't follow that one either because I feel like the more you say a word, the more it sounds like a word. Like
The less
Nazi
it's
vilification doesn't sound like a word, but it is a word, and the more you say it, the more it probably sounds like a word.
ain't a word, and I ain't gonna use
Well,
it.
I can't say it, so
Fancy Nazi vilification.
Jeremiah,
yep,
there's
no.
Not to
Is that-
sound
yep, yep,
ignorant,
yep.
Jeremiah, but there's a lot of words.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a lot of words that you can't say, like wash.
Wash.
Good job. Wow.
Ooh.
I
I
said
still
it
heard like
Warsh?
I was gonna say
You said
I,
it incorrectly.
There's not a fucking R in that word.
I heard like a little bit of an R in it the first time too.
Warsh.
How do you say crayon?
Crayon.
I hate you.
No,
my
I
aunt,
say
my aunt says
crayon.
crayon or a crown almost.
Crown.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Crown.
crayon.
Crown.
It's
Crowns
crayon.
and colored pencils.
That's how it's spelled crayon.
It's Crayola.
Crayola crown.
A Corolla crown.
A Toyota Corolla.
I feel like we got off topic about something.
We're not sponsored
We
by
got
Toyota.
A
on
Lambo.
everything.
Yeah.
Just a
We haven't
Lambo.
had a topic, so we're doing fine. We're doing better
We're
than
at
what I thought
120,
we
so
were
we should probably wrap up soon.
What
Are we
was your
really at
timer
120?
at?
Yeah, we are at 120.
What was your timer at?
I didn't put a timer. Forgot.
I mean, yeah,
You literally
I
looked
think
at your
I
phone and
think you
said, "I'm setting a
shouldn't
timer."
insult someone unless
Press
you
like some stuff.
like actually try to like help them individually. And if
Yeah,
they,
yeah.
they don't fix themselves, then I feel like you can insult them.
It-
If you don't get better, we can insult you.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
guess-
if
Do
you,
better.
If you can't try and fix yourself, and then someone else tries to help you, and you
So,
just
like-
still don't do it,
So
that's on you, man.
yeah, and so
Then hold nothing back.
you're not. So I guess what you're saying, you're not ignorant until you refuse to learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where I think
It's when you
we
choose
can-
to not know something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's where I would consider someone that.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that there's,
Ew.
and that's valid.
I mean, I guess I'm ignorant in some ways because there's certain things that I really don't care
I mean-
about.
yeah, I mean,
Things you don't
And-
care to learn.
Well, I
about.
was
Yeah,
gonna say, see,
so,
that's the
I
thing,
mean-
but you're something like that. You're not going to go around and talk about it like you act like you know what you're doing.
Some people
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's ignorance.
Yes.
Okay.
Ignorance is bliss.
Okay. Agreed.
like
Awkward staring eye contact.
Prolonged eye contact.
Is that it?
Is that it?
I don't know. Were you
Is that
just
it?
making out with your microphone?
Oh, it's chipmunks. It was chipmunking my microphone. Wait, so did you on the last podcast? This is a really quick thing. Did you hear my physical joke that I made? On the
What
last-
did you make?
Like Austin was all like, was talking about like something that's physical. I was like, Austin, you want to know what else is physical? And everybody was talking over me. I was like, my uncle.
Oh no!
No, I didn't hear that.
I think you're lying.
No, it's completely on the last podcast.
I'll listen to it.
It's towards the end.
Yeah, I cut it. I'm gonna release the space one this week.
Dude,
I gotta do a bunch
Guys,
of editing for
we
it.
we could all make music, so we just need to extend our boom arms at different lengths, and then
Fucking idiots.
and on that note,
We are the Knights of the Wrong Table.
Thanks for listening.
Galahad out.
Ooh, Wizard here and leaving.
we suck at this so much.
Everyone's
Shell
everyone's
shock.
scared.
That hurt.
Primo cringy.
All right.
Yep.
We need to leave. Bye.
Peace. Hasta.